I got somebody who wants attention here.
Yeah, so I don't know quite on the phone how to get us. Yeah, I see three. It looks okay to me. Three
Okay.
panels. Yeah,
Yep.
let's do it.
All right. Um, Give me a sec here. Okay, it is the 9th of January, 2025. This is WIKISPEED Standup. Lauren, do you want to start or?
Sure. Can you hear me? Because it's noisy
Yep,
here.
yep, we can hear you.
Yeah, the past week. Okay, I went to my Linux meeting last night, and I decided to. I'm getting too much. Things are starting to work, so I want to back up my computers, and I haven't done that in a while. And I'm using this thing called what? Anyways, it's uh, a Linux backup thing, and I'm kind of yeah. So I didn't yeah. That's where I'm at. I want to back up my computers before I carry on because I think I'm about to have stuff I don't want to lose. So that's it for me. Coming week, then yes, to uh, go ahead with the installation with the new SD card, which I have ready, and the uh, oh yeah, I did have the host. I did have the expert on Docker look at the two things, and he said, "Yeah, those are good. Those are fine. They're just Docker instances or whatever." And so yeah, you just go ahead with that. And then if I have any problems, I can consult him. So I did do that, and coming week I hope to follow up and get the new. It's probably going to be Ubuntu 64, and then download Docker to it on the Pi, and that's what I'm hoping for the coming week. And blocks are I just got a lot of other stuff going on, including a medical thing, but I just got a lot of solutions to that, and I got some good advice, so I'm happy with that. I was at the sports clinic, so that's it for me.
Okay. David, do you want to do yours?
Okay. I had kind of an interesting week starting Monday. The stopper in my bathroom sink broke. It's one of those that you have a lever behind the faucet and you push down for it to open and you pull up with the close. And it broke, so the thing stayed down there. Wouldn't come up. And it took me quite a while to get it out of there because I couldn't get under there and get it. Finally, I used the magnet to pull it up. But that left me with a big hole in the sink where things could fall into. I'm always dropping things down there. So the first thing I did was a real quick design and print, this, just a little sieve-like thing. And then of course I figured I might need to actually stop the water. So I just made another one that's solid like this. And then I thought, well, why don't I really do it upright? So I printed up this. You can see the water can go in here and come out here. But if you want to close it, you just rotate it like this, and it closes to a stopper.
So it's actually watertight?
Yeah. You put it like that. I mean, this sits there on the sink, and it stops the water. As well as the other one did. Any of these things, the water will eventually come, leak out. But like I said, most of the time I just leave it like this, and I think you can see how the water can go in the holes there and come out there. So, it just kind of demonstrates how handy it can be to have a 3D printer around the house. Anytime something breaks, you just real quick design and build a part to fix it there. Other than that, my week has been busy with doctor's appointments and getting down the last of the Christmas decorations and auto maintenance and the usual gobbledygook stuff that I had to do there.
Okay.
Oh, one thing I did spend some time putting up the design for this on a couple of the websites where you post the STL files for things, and I'm charging on the main one. I'm charging €1 for it, so which comes out to what, about $1.25 or so. It happens to be a European spot, so everything's in euros. But maybe I'll actually end up making money. I had ordered a replacement, drain thing from Amazon. That took a couple of days to get there, and by the time it got there, I'd already, satisfied with this thing, so I just sent it back today.
Okay. All right. Next week.
Next week, I also spent a fair amount of time cleaning up my office and everything. Did I mention that I think that I gave away a lot of the stuff from my office? I think I mentioned that last week. I gave away about five. Maybe one was the only one here. I gave away like 5 printers and 2 3D printers to the local makerspace, just because my office is getting so you can barely walk around in here, and so also in the last couple of days, I spent a lot of time throwing out more stuff and actually trying to get stuff organized. So I think one of my projects for the next week will be to do some more of that. Basically, it's I have a house full of all those things that you become obsolete or broken or something. You put them aside, thinking that one of these days you're going to either fix them or use them or something like that, and you know that for 10 years or so you never do. And so I decided to make it a project to actually get rid of a lot of this stuff here. So I actually have, room to walk around, and also, room for more stuff. Uh,
My wife has been trying to get me to do that for years. I'm still resisting.
yeah, I saw an interesting little meme on Facebook. It said, "My superpower is holding on to things for 10 years that I never use, and then throwing them out 1 week before I really need them."
Yep.
And that's pretty much my situation. I mean, being an inventor myself, I'm a bit of a hoarder, keeping everything that you never know when you're going to need it or something. But I've really decided you can see my offices. I mean, I've I I think I told you I made this tool holder up here. I 3D printed this tool holder up here, and I'm I've got stuff all over the walls and shelves everywhere and the whole bit. So I just got to get rid of some of this stuff, and then at some point, I'm thinking seriously about getting back to that book that I started like 4 years ago or something, and then shelved or something, and haven't gotten back to. And I'm thinking I really ought to just go ahead and finish that book and put it out, you know. So that'll be a project. And I do have some other 3D printing projects. I don't know if I mentioned it. I'm working on. You're all familiar, I guess, with vacuum seal bags. You can use them for food or clothes, or 3D printer people use a lot to seal up our spools of the filament so that it doesn't get too moist and everything. And I'm working on a gadget that will convert any Ziploc bag into a vacuum bag.
Mm.
Just basically a little attachment there, and this is one piece of it. That you'll cut a little hole and you'll stick this there, and it'll stick something on the outside, and I'm still working on the valve for it and everything. But that's again is on my very long to-do list.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I didn't get a lot of stuff done. Michael Olchuk, Sester in Canada. The pump runtime monitor, I got a few of them sprinkled around the cabin before we left so I can see what's going on there. I have 3 that aren't working, and I have to investigate why. And while I was trying to troubleshoot, I decided that I really need to revise the program so that it's easier to read and troubleshoot. So that's what I'm going to be doing next week. And hopefully I will be working a little bit on Docker and see if I can I can keep up to what Lauren is doing. And blocks are just cleaning up after Christmas because stuff has to be taken down, put away, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Anyway,
what are the pumps
Lauren,
for? What are the pumps for? You mentioned.
um, I have a temperature logger slash pump monitor. So it just monitors when things are running and gives me a temperature and humidity. So it's kind of
Okay.
a side project. Lauren, you want to do retro?
Yeah, I'm going to do a 6 for me, a 10 for the team. And the process improvement is to get you as an administrator on the Zoom. So we may have to change the owner. I it's not WIKISPEED, I don't think. I think it's my Zoom account. So yeah, on one of our thrice weekly meetings, we should figure out and put out a new calendar schedule thing and make sure that you're an administrator,
Okay, sounds good.
automatically host.
David?
Yeah, that's it for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give myself an 8 or a 9 for fixing the sink inventing this thing and then putting up on Cult 3D and a couple of other places. And I I think you weren't here last week when I mentioned
No, it
that
wasn't.
I managed to assemble a new 3D printer.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess I should bring you up to date on that. And I'm very happy with that. I give myself a 10 on that. Basically, it runs like 3 to 5 times as fast as the other ones I have. So when I'm printing something, instead of taking 4 or 5 hours, it may take 1 hour or something.
That's
So
about
yeah, so I'm pretty happy
perfect.
with the way things have gone. I
Okay, good.
I wouldn't presume to rate the team because I'm not quite sure exactly, too much of, I don't fully understand the things you're doing there, so I won't try to rate you.
Okay. Well, I am going to give myself a 3 out of 10 because I only got 1 out of 4 points done. And team, I'm going to go with a 9. So that pretty much wraps it up for stand up. I'm going to stop the record so that it will start its downloading thing.